بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا رسول الله محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه وبعد. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره، نعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا، إنه من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، خلق العباد وأحصاهم عدا وكلهم آتيه يوم القيامة فردا. وأشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وحبيبه، أدى الأمانة وبلغ الرسالة، نصح الأمة وكشف الغمة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين، فما قبضه الله سبحانه وتعالى حتى أقام به الملة العوجاء بأن قال الناس لا إله إلا الله. فصلاة وسلاما دائمين متلازمين عليك يا سيدي يا رسول الله. My dear respected brothers and sisters, peace be upon you all. Tonight in Friday speech, I would like to to look at what is going on and what is happening right now from a positive side. Usually, people when they are talking about many people are trying to get a lesson out of this collapse of the entire system, this crisis, this hardship that we are going through, this complete isolation. Is not preceded before. No one saw something like this before. And always, I would like to look at this crisis or this difficulties from a positive approach. Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, during the hard time that the Prophet peace be upon him went through at the time of the test, the trial that the Prophet peace be upon him and most of the companions went through at the time of Hadithatul Ifk, this slander, this rumors spread in Al Medina against his beloved wife. Allah Subhanahu wa Taala made a comment in the Quran. He said, "La tahsabuhu sharran lakum." Don't think it's something bad. Don't something it's something evil. لا تحسبوه شرا لكم بل هو خير لكم. It's good. When you look at it, ask yourself, how can we look at a slander and a rumor like this affecting the life of the Prophet, peace be upon him, affecting his dignity and his honor, affecting his wife and his close friend, companion, Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, and also affecting the entire Muslim community as something good. Later on, when Allah Subhanahu wa Taala clarified everything and Quran came down, we came to know that this is a lesson for all of us, and it's good on the long run. In the short term, it's hard. It's something bad, but in the long term, it's good because it's lesson for the entire ummah not to do this and not to do this. To take also the exposure of good numbers of munafiqeen that they were trusted before. It's a benefit. When we look at this coronavirus situation and this is isolation, this is a great loss. Can we take advantage and can we see a bright side of this? For us as a Muslims, we believe that it's all from Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is the only one can help us in this case. And the positive thing that we have to look at it here, that how can I use this, what I'm going through, in a positive way? How can I use it to achieve something good? Now, most of the families are staying home. Maybe the first time you can have the entire family sitting together. For a long time, we lost this connection to have father and mother and the family members together. Maybe we do it only in Ramadan if we do it in Ramadan to come for a meal. But now there is a chance for us to socialize again, to socialize with our own families. And the most important thing I would like my brother and sisters to take advantage of, which is um, it's a chance for all of us to change some of our habits. This bad habit that we are doing, it's a chance for us. This is isolation that we are living in. It's a chance for us to change this habit. And also it's a chance for us to create a new good habit. First, from psychological point of view, how can we build habits? How do we do habits? People, they are not born with these habits. We are born in neutral. When you are born, you are a neutral person. Later on, it's all earned. Is not something just built in that you are born as angry person. You are born as a generous person. You are born as a smart person. You are no. We develop this as we go. We develop good habits and we develop bad habits as we go. There is three elements, three major elements we rely on to create habits. And please bear with me. I will come to the conclusion and I will make it to the point. Um, People who study this, what we call it health psychology, علم الطب النفسي, they are talking about that we are as a human being we create the habits throughout three angles, three it's like a pyramid. Three things that we do and they will lead to create habits, bad habits or good habits. The first thing is the motive, الحافز. In Arabic you say it الحافز, the motive. Second, the action, الفعل. And third, the reward, المكافأة. Then we get these three together: حافز, motive, action, فعل, and reward, مكافأة, and repeat this, keep repeating this more and more, then it will lead to a habit. حافز, a motive. I will give an example that one of the for food, for example, the hafiz to eat any type of food is the hunger. The first hafiz, the first motive for you to eat is that when you feel hungry. So you have the hafiz. Then you look at, for example, you look at the chocolate. You are hungry, you have a chocolate in front of you, then you will you start eating the chocolate. And you moved from the motive, which is the hunger, it's shared with everyone. Then you do the action, which is eating, and after that you will come to feel the taste, the sweetness. It's a sweet, it's good. When I eat it I feel good. It's not like bitter taste, it's not like sour taste, it's not like salt, it's not something, no, it's something good. And because of this sweet taste, like the reward, I got the reward of the sweet taste, I would like to do it again. Then I go again and again and again. Once I did this several times, I'm creating habit. And down the road, we will forget about the first element, which is the motive. Then people, after a while, they will start eating. They will eat chocolate even if they are not hungry. Then the motive who made me to eat the chocolate for the first time is not anymore only the action and the reward. Why I'm doing this? Because I would like to have the reward. I would like to have this sweet taste. And after a while, the hunger, it will go away. And instead of this, it will be a desires. Desires, why? Because I would like to have the reward. This is sweet taste until I am addicted to this. This is exactly what is happening with all of our habits. First of all, we start to do any habit because there is a motive. There is a motive to be angry. There is a motive to be upset. There is a motive to do backbiting. There is a motive to do this, all of this. And after that, we do that. We do it as an action. The second, and at the end, we might feel good about that we achieved something. We think that we achieved something. If I'm angry, I scared someone. And he stopped doing this. Then second time, I might do it to scare him until it's built in my body that it's good to scare people because I achieve something and I forget about the motive from the first place, and I start practicing this until I became angry all the time, right and left. It's desire to be angry. One of the And since we are going to do this for a long time and practice this for a long time, we don't get a chance to stop and look at ourselves. What I'm doing? What I'm doing? This I I should not do this because I'm still moving on. Now, Alhamdulillah, we have time to go and re-evaluate all of our actions, the bad side and the good side. I would like to focus on creating first fighting the bad habits is very important, but I would like also to focus on how can we create good habits. Now, for example, we'll take the prayer. The prayer people, they do the prayer um, because they are obligated to pray 5 times. Then there is hafiz, there is a motive because it's an obligation. We do the action, we go and make a wudu and pray, and the reward of it at the end, we feel good about ourselves that we did the obligation. If we try to change this, forget about the motive that it's an obligation. We look at it as a connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a way to communicate with the superpower, because we feel our weakness now, and we keep this all the time in the regular basis, and we move from doing to make it habit. We move from doing just only the mandatory prayers, 5 times of prayers, because it's a mandatory, there is a motive. No, we move from this and we start doing another prayers. In this case, there is no motive. There is no motive. There is no obligations. Just we are doing this, the action, and we feel the reward. Try just to do more rak'at during the day, more rak'at during the night, and keep doing this and look at it from this sweet side that I do this to communicate with the superpower. And you feel that this down the road, you will feel that you will feel the tranquility when you do two rak'at and when you rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you keep building this connection over and over. At some point, doing a prayer, voluntary prayer, will be your habit and will be by itself a desire. We would like to reach this desire. This been practiced before. يعني الإمام ثابت البناني, he said كابرت الصلاة 20 سنة وتنعمت بها 20 سنة. I tried myself and I trained myself with difficulties to do the prayer for 20 years. Then I started enjoying doing the prayer for another 20 years. We don't need 20 years to do this. Just the psychological reports, they are saying that to get used to one habit, you need 21 days to do this continuously for 21 days. People now, for example, just I go out and give an example. People who are taking 3 spoons of sugar, it's a lot. If you would like to increase it 2 spoons of sugar and to have the same taste, you need from 2 weeks to 3 weeks to set your system up to the new 2 spoons. And you will look at yourself after 3 weeks that minimizing 1 spoon, dropping 1 spoon completely, that you are getting the same with 2 spoons, you are getting the same sweets. It's like you are doing three spoons. Why? Because you change your habit. And now I would like to change. Imam al-Bannani said, I tried myself, I trained myself for 20 years to feel the enjoyment of the prayer, not to look at it as a mandatory, as an obligation, just I would like to get rid of it. No, I would like to change it to a communication with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, special language with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then once I reached this level, I started enjoying the prayer itself and became by itself as a way, it's a desire to do the prayer. الإمام also سيدنا أبو يزيد البسطامي said سقت نفسي إلى الله وهي تبكي. I drove myself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I dragged myself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I was crying, was feeling it's very hard, this responsibility to drag yourself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I kept doing this. I kept dragging myself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala حتى انساقت, until I became completely in ma'iyah, in the wisdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And now, when with Amna'iyah, I am smiling. I am smiling all the time. I started with difficulties, and I feel now that I'm with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I don't want to give it up. I don't want to give up. And this, in the pyramid that I talked about, the motive and the action, this the reward. This the reward. You do the thing until you reach the levels, become one of your desires. You do it for the enjoyment of yourself. You do it for the to feel the this peace and tranquility with yourself. It will become built in a part of you, and when you reach this level, you will feel completely a different way when you do the ibadah. And see, subhanallah, the Prophet, peace be upon him, it's a great an example, but I will give an example with people like us. Uh, you think that Sayyidina Uthman ibn Affan was giving out his zakat and his charity and his help just because it's a mandatory to do this? No, he started just doing this because it's a mandatory, and he kept treating himself until it became a habit of him to give, to give. And it became one of his desires that I cannot live without giving. I cannot live without giving. The point here, my brothers and sisters, we have the chance now to go and check our habits. The bad habits, we have to treat ourselves to get rid of it. And there is a way to do this. Also, these bad habits, these good habits that we are, there is a good things. We can make it a good habit of ourselves, and will lead to feeling good and feeling enjoyment when we do it. Reading Quran, making salah at night, and making dhikr. Many of the things that we did not get a chance because of our busy schedule, because of the attraction around us, because of the deviations, because of many things. This is slavery style of life that we are living in. Now, alhamdulillah, we got a chance to be free, at least for a while. Then use it the best way to create good habits for yourself and to commit yourself to. And down the road, you will feel these good habits. You are not doing this because you are obligated to do it. You do this because you want to do it. You want to do these good things. And once you reach this level, you want to do good things because you would like to do it, then you will feel like an angel. You are not a human anymore. You are an angel living in this life. I say that and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala um, to guide us to the right things. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, يُخْرِجُ الْحَيَّ مِنَ الْمَيِّتِ. He creates life from death. And this death that we are seeing right and left could revive our heart, and give us a strength in our heart, and make a fresh start with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala after the collapse of all of these materialistic ways that we were relying on. And we communicate with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a different language. Different language will satisfy and please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, also will meet our desires and satisfy our desires. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله العظيم لي ولكم، ولا أرانا الله سبحانه وتعالى مكروها في عزيز لديكم ولا في أنفسنا. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يحفظنا في أموالنا وفي أهلنا، أن يبارك لنا في أعمارنا، وأن ينسأ لنا في آجالنا ويجعلها في طاعته. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وتقى. اللهم اهدنا واهد بنا واجعلنا سببا لمن اهتدى. اللهم آت نفوسنا تقواها زكها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها ومولاها. اللهم ارحمنا فإنك بنا راحم ولا تعذبنا فأنت علينا قادر، والطف بنا مولانا فيما جرت به المقادير. يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك نستغيث، أصلح لنا شأننا كله ولا تكلنا إلى أنفسنا طرفة عين، برحمتك وفضلك ومنك وجودك وبركة حضرة النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.